intended. Not that we would see much of George and Cecile. Francis followed her, stripping off his coat as he went and throwing it over the sofa back. He shook out the ruffles to his shirt sleeves and took up a stance at the fireplace. "I imagine he'll be tacking back and forth along the coast now France is at war with our friends across the Channel." Ottilia was trying a high-backed straight chair, but deciding it was too hard, she rose and moved to one with cushioned arms. She sat down, found it satisfactory, and looked across at her spouse, her mind harking back to a secret but deep-laid apprehension. "Do you hanker for the life, Fan?" A startled look leapt into his eyes. "Soldiering? Dear Lord, no, Tilly." "I wondered if you have thought of taking another commission." "I? You jest. It was at best uncomfortable, at worst distressing beyond words. To watch men scream in agony and have to force their fellows on to face more gunfire." He shuddered. "It was salutary and enlightening of the best and worst of one's fellow man. But it's not a life I crave, Tilly." She eyed him in some degree of doubt. He rarely spoke of his days in the military. "You do not miss the company of friends such as George, or the excitement?" "The camaraderie, perhaps a little, yes." His lip twitched. "As for excitement, I defy any battle to offer me as much of it as I've seen since marrying you, my loved one." Ottilia had to laugh. "You refer, I collect, to my propensity for attracting the puzzling dead." His eye gleamed. "Yes, and how would you manage without me?" A shadow grazed her heart. "Not that spectre, Fan, I beg of you. I could not manage. I could not live." She held out a hand to him, and he came across to take it, dropping a kiss on her fingers and another on her hair for good measure. "Have no fear, sweetheart. I am a fixture." She smiled up at him as he straightened. "I am relieved." "Have you truly been worrying I might join up, Tilly?" She felt her cheeks grow warm. "Oh, must I confess? If you will have it, I agreed to come here because I was afraid George might enthuse you." He looked incredulous. "You did not." "And here I was, certain you could not wait to involve yourself in whatever crazy scheme Lizzie may come up with." "No, indeed. I admit I like her very well. But it was hard to bear the pain of my responsibility in her actions. And don't try to mitigate it, Fan, for you blamed me. You know you did. Sibylla, too." "Yet Mamma has called upon you again." "Come, Tilly, don't fret. The girl can hardly run into trouble here." The words were scarcely out of his mouth, and the door opened to admit Tyler, armed with the accoutrements for coffee, who stood to one side with the tray as the female under discussion tripped lightly into the room, all smiles and mischief. "Uncle Francis! Aunt Ottilia! Oh, you are not ready for visitors, are you? But you must not mind me. Besides, everyone is informal in the mornings. I saw you at the window and could not resist. Thank heavens you are come at last, for Grandmamma is driving me mad." Lady Elizabeth Fisk, a youthful brunette with a piquant countenance that matched her slight form, untied her bonnet and threw it off with an air of meaning to remain for some time. Ottilia watched the pretty confection land in a corner on the floor and gave a gurgle of laughter. "Sibylla has not managed to change much in you, I see." "Not a whit." Lizzie's throaty laugh sounded as she descended upon Ottilia and enveloped her in a perfumed embrace. "You cannot imagine how badly I have wanted you, dear Lady Fan." Torn between dismay and gratification, Ottilia submitted to be kissed on either cheek. "You flatter me, child." Lizzie straightened. "I don't at all. You are just the person needed to call Grandmamma to order, for of course she will not listen to a word I say." "The boot," cut in Francis on a dry note, "was supposed to be on the other leg." He was moving to the table where the footman was setting down the tray. "Another cup, Tyler, if you please. I will pour." Lizzie, waiting only for the servant to leave the room, crossed to him with another trill of merriment upon her lips. "Now, Uncle Francis, you are not to be my mentor, for I won't bear it. Give me a hug, for heaven's sake, for I am missing Papa dreadfully, and you will have to do." Ottilia could not forbear a laugh as Francis complied, observing as he released her, "If I am to replace poor Gil, I fear you may be obliged to have..."